on? Hey, everybody, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Y'all, listen, we are here again for another episode of the Lion's Den. This one is extra special because towards the end of the month, we have our discussions within the den. So, unfiltered, just us talking about hot topics and things that we would normally talk about, but we're including you in the conversation. So if this is your first time, make sure that you go into the comments, say, hey, let us know where you're at, and make sure you're sharing this, right? Let everybody get this goodness. You never know what we can learn from each other. So of course, I wouldn't be able to do this by myself. Got my crew. Boom, Big Will. What's popping, man?
Hey, what's going on, my dude?
Man, slow motion, man. So tell me about this win with the Rams. How you feel about that?
Oh man, I feel like the haters still hating after we proved to the world that we that squad, man. Yeah. Especially the 49ers fans, man. Y'all know what y'all can do with yourselves. I'm gonna tell you.
There you go. I feel you. Willie, what's going on, man? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this young man right here, he is the one that helped encourage me to even do a podcast in the Lion's Den. I mean, he was like, yo, you can do this. Boom. I said, all right, bet, let's do it. So shout out to you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. But look, that was a great game for what I could watch. You know what I'm saying, man? You know, my sleep be out of line.
Yo, I heard that was the closest that Detroit got to a Super Bowl through our quarterback, B. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? Wasn't going to say that, but it's okay. And we're going to leave that right where it is. Big Herm, what's popping, bro?
Hey, the Super Bowl got played?
Oh,
yeah.
They already had the game?
See, is that what it is? Because Titans went in?
I didn't know they played, man. I don't know.
Is that what it is?
How did the halftime show?
Say what? Man, look.
You know, we're gonna get into it. You know what I mean? Let's get into some stuff today, man.
We're gonna get into it. Yo, damn, Larry's internet ain't working, y'all. He's
Larry think he dark skinned like me. That's what it was.
That ain't what it is. That ain't what it is, but he's in. Hey, so man, what's going on, Big Herm? How you feeling, man?
Man, good. You know what I'm saying? Did a lot of run. My cousin from Jersey came and visited today.
Dope. What y'all do?
He actually brought his wife here. You know what I'm saying? They had their anniversary here in Clarksville.
Oh, nice. Oh my God. So what y'all do? Have like a hold down? I mean, what happened?
Here you go, man. Took him, you know what I'm saying? I took him over there. He ate at my mama's restaurant. She ain't seen him in a long time. And you know, he met my wife, of course.
Okay.
Showed him everywhere around Clarksville, man.
Yeah, I bet that only took like 5 hot ass minutes. So look, ladies and gentlemen, we talking about this, y'all. We getting it in. We getting it in. So all right, Herm, man. Look, I'm gonna let you kick it off, man. What was something that kind of grind your gears?
Well, you know what I'm saying? Hey, first of all, man, everybody watching this, we want y'all's opinions too. You know what I'm saying? Put it in the comments so we could talk about y'all opinions as well. But the first thing I want to talk about, man, is something that happened on The View.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm gonna be the first to admit that I'm not a big View watcher. I don't sit there and watch it all the time. Sometimes my wife have it on TV and I might glance at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? They do kick some serious stuff on there every now and then. This time around, Whoopi Goldberg caught some heat.
Yeah.
Because she said, you know what I'm saying? She said the Holocaust was not about racism.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? She felt like it was people being evil to each other. You know what I'm saying? Humanity being evil to mankind. You know what I mean? Mankind being evil to mankind. Because in her eyes, these are two white races, you know what I'm saying, holding each other down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So when that happened, she was forced to apologize, and they still suspended her. You know what I mean? For that. And I disagree with it wholeheartedly. I disagree with the suspension and the apology. You know what I'm saying? I want to know if any of y'all, you know what I'm saying, can push back on that so we could talk about that a little bit, or anybody that's listening.
All right. What you think, Will?
In all honesty, brother, it's twofold. It's nothing wrong with having a personal opinion. However, when you represent an entire network, you have guidelines and protocol that you need to follow if it's not going to be a representation of that company. So I think it's a business move, but at the same time, I personally don't disagree with her perspective on how she's seen and looked at the Holocaust. I have no problem with that.
You have a problem with it?
I have no problem with that.
Oh, okay.
So, all right, Larry, what you think? All right. Because all right, that's a good point. Right? Hey, hold on. Good answer. Right. So anyway,
hold on. Can I get it? Are you got an opinion on it?
I do.
Yeah,
I personally think that Ms. Goldberg realized who she really was. Okay. And what I mean by that is The View talks about a lot of things, a lot of issues. You understand? But when it came down to this one right here, it was like, hey, listen, no, this is not your game. Okay. And in my humble opinion, certain situations, or let's say certain broadcast, certain networks, they let you know what they think about you outside of those barriers. Because with that being said, think about Netflix. Netflix didn't listen to the quote unquote society, not all of society, but a certain group when they came down to canceling Dave Chappelle. You see what I'm saying? It's like, look, we're gonna stand by him. What he said wasn't a lie, and he was not wrong, and he stated his, everything. But they, in this case with Whoopi, I think they said, hey, listen, you have a different demographics, and they're the ones that's pulling those strings. That's my opinion. What you think, huh?
Man, I think, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna go back to what Will said, that that when you working for a company, you know what I'm saying, you got to represent the company, right? Mm-hmm. Which I do agree. You know what I'm saying? I do agree that, everybody has freedom of speech. That don't mean freedom from consequences. Mm-hmm. But what Whoopi said, I don't feel like should have been consequential. But again, you got to think about who's in charge of those.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I could see if Whoopi said that to be hurtful, you know what I'm saying, or to minimize or to downplay the Holocaust. She called the Holocaust evil. You know what I mean?
Wait.
This is why we strong, Larry. I don't think she spoke out of no ignorance.
Yo, listen, look, hey, hold on, man.
Hold on your phone or something, bro.
Because you got to chime in on that. Because,
to me, it wasn't about no race. You know what I mean? It wasn't about race. It was about people being evil to other people. You know what I mean? And
it was about different ideologies, because the crazy part is people don't have this type of conversation when it's two different tribes, right, killing each other over in Africa. You get what I'm saying? Or different parts of the world. They see them as individuals. You see? But when it came down to this, it was about race. No, it wasn't. No, it was not. So when you think about it, she didn't say anything out of ignorance. The thing is, the individuals that was listening, they were listening out of ignorance.
It's hypersensitivity when you talk about the Jewish culture, you know what I'm saying? And I understand, you know what I'm saying, why, you know what I'm saying, they're so protective over the Holocaust. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean, I could see if she said, man, hey, you know, the Holocaust wasn't nothing.
Right. Or like it wasn't real.
She said that, you know what I mean? But God dang, it's like to me, I'm gonna put this out there. They want the Holocaust so revered that, you know what I'm saying, even it's over slavery. You know what I'm saying? Because I've heard plenty of times people say, man, the Holocaust was worse than slavery. And I just can't fathom that.
No, can't do it. It didn't even last this long. And so Larry says, I read an article where she apologized for speaking on something she wasn't very knowledgeable on. Listen, I personally believe she was knowledgeable about the subject. I think she wasn't knowledgeable about the repercussions.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
That's key right there.
What you think, Will?
I think you hit that nail on the head, brother, is that you can be yourself in certain situations, but as Herm said, it comes with a consequence based on who's kind of running that show. You have to appease those guidelines. You can't walk inside your own lane on somebody else's show. That's what that boils down to.
Yeah. Hey, so ladies and gentlemen, what y'all think? All right, y'all tell me what you think about the Whoopi situation. She apologized, and then she was forced to apologize, right? Then she was suspended. You see what I'm saying? Then she came back and still apologized.
Now, mind you, this is a talk show. This is a talk show where they're supposed to talk about topics and give their opinions on things. So it wasn't like it was just unsolicited conversation. You know what I mean? It wasn't like she was a sportscaster doing this. This is a talk show host.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So they're supposed to be able to talk on these topics. But when she did that, slap her right on the hand, right on the wrist, like, nah, you ain't about to talk about this.
Right.
It was an unpopular opinion, and she got ridiculed because it was so unpopular to that audience that she hurt their feelings.
And to that point, yes, it was unpopular. And the thing is she touched a sore subject where that is a demographic that has a lot of control. That's what we fail to realize. They have a lot of control. All right, Willie, he says, while it wasn't as long, we can't sit here and act like it wasn't a close attempt at trying to wipe a group of people off the face of the earth just because they had different beliefs. True. No, absolutely true. But that's the thing. It was different beliefs. That's the definitive thing. You know what I'm saying? What you say, Herb?
I agree with Willie 100%. Again, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knows that the Holocaust was wrong. You know what I mean? And it was a travesty and something big that happened. But it shouldn't be something to where you can't even speak about it at all. You know what I mean? Like people talk about slavery. We have slavery comedies on Comedy Central all day long. You know what I mean? You know, like mimicking slavery. You know, like Key and Peele did one.
Mm-hmm.
When the slave auction block. I've never seen anybody do anything like that for the Holocaust.
Mm-hmm.
Not once.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never seen like comedians get up there and like mock the Holocaust or try to make light of it or something like that. You know what I mean? Like put that on TV. Have y'all seen it?
Never.
I've seen that for slavery. You know what I mean? I've not seen that.
Why?
For Holocaust, not one time.
Why do you think that is, huh?
Well, man, because we know who owns media. You know what I'm saying?
Control.
Hollywood. You know what I mean? And they're not going for it. You know what I mean? Hey, we're not going to hee and ha ha about this Holocaust or something serious.
Hey, you know the crazy part is people talk about slavery, make jokes. Sometimes it's us, and sometimes it's not, but we don't cancel them.
No, it's going to be a good segue to when we keep talking about slavery, right?
Yeah.
NFL situation with the black coach.
All right, go ahead. Speak on.
Black coaches, they equate the NFL being ran like how old school slavery was ran. Of course, without the meeting, murder, whips, you know what I'm saying? And of course, millions of dollars.
Right.
I'm tired of that analogy being used so lightly. You get what I'm saying? Like we use that, we throw that out there for something so serious. You know what I'm saying? What our people went through, we're going to say the NFL is like slavery.
So, Will, what you think?
I actually understand the analogy, right? So did you watch with the video and the audio that went along with that to show how black men were put up on the stage and paraded based on how big they were, their muscle, build, etc. And they look at similarities as to how they do on the football field to get other people to almost purchase you, which essentially is the same thing. So I get the analogy on what they're using. So I don't find that to be such a terrible thing. It's just more so when everything happened with Colin Kaepernick and everybody went against what he was doing. Look at what the NFL is doing now versus what they did then. It's totally night and day reaction. Why is that?
Think about what you just said, Will, about with all jobs have a requirement. Are you suited to do this job? Right? Like when I go fill out a job application, they want to know in my resume, can I do this job?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the football NFL is a physical sport. Mm-hmm. So how can they judge if you could do the job without doing your measurements and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? So when they do that, I don't look at it like, man, it's old school slavery again. You know what I mean? Because to me, again, I go back to the Jews and the Holocaust, how they look at the Holocaust. Mm-hmm. They don't use it so lightly. You know what I mean? They'll say, man, this is like the Holocaust in here. They don't do that. But we would tell that, we would say it and equate that to people that's about to go make millions and set their families up for generational wealth and say, man, this is like slavery.
So listen, I would say this is an unpopular opinion. I think it is low-key hating. You see, I think it's low-key hating for a person to say, look how they treating you. That's how they used to do our ancestors, blah, 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 right? To deflect a certain level of guilt because they're not in that position, and or this individual is now able to take care of their family and all of this after the fact. So I understand the how things have transitioned from the past, right? But you have to realize this: there's a lot of things that we do now that we celebrate that has come from some dark past,
Right.
So that's just that's just the fact. Thing is, what do you do moving forward to reconcile those things? All right, let me see. I see some eyeballs. Who is this? All right, there you go. Nope, then he went back out. So
you know what I'm saying? So like with the Brian, like Foot said, the Brian Flores thing is going to change things for going forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I do believe that the NFL has a problem with minority coaches. You know what I'm saying? Like getting minority coaches in. I don't think Brian Flores was the best one to bring that forward. You know what I mean? Because I just don't believe in Brian Flores. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that the NFL has an issue, but I don't think he's the guy. You know what I'm saying? If I heard this from Tomlin or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Herm Edwards, Tony Dungy, people like that, I'll be like, okay. But to me, it just sounds like for Flores, he didn't want to play ball. You know what I mean? Play the game, as we all know that almost all career fields have. He didn't want to play that game, and then he went to go sue the NFL after that. I don't rock with that.
So here, let's see what you got, Larry. Go ahead. You can backtrack. What you wanted to say in the last 15 minutes?
Yeah, right. Can y'all hear me first and foremost?
Yeah,
we can hear you now.
It's just a little lag. So the person says,
so you want me back
even look at the measurements before I even attempt to recruit you to play college football. Yep, that's true. Go ahead, Larry. Yeah, it's a lag, bro.
All right, bro. I just give up. I can't. I'm gonna be on.
All right.
Hey, Herm, you made a valid point in regards to being qualified for a position. I think when people use that slavery analogy, it's based on the reaction from some of the other things they witnessed within the NFL and what they allowed. So I don't think it's necessarily saying this is an exact comparison. I think they're responding to some of the things that the NFL allowed, and they reacted to that by using that comparison.
And it's a pressure point too. You think about it, it's a pressure point. Just when people use things as a contrast, they want to, sometimes individuals want to go to the far extreme of things just to get you to say, oh yeah, I get it. But in actuality, we're talking apples and oranges.
Yeah, I think it invokes the wrong emotion. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, you know what I'm saying, I understand that, and I do know that the NFL has a problem. You know what I mean? We got rich, old, you know what I'm saying, owners, you know what I'm saying, from a different time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah, there's problems, you know what I mean? But when you say stuff like slavery and all that, man, it just hits me a little bit different because I think about what slaves actually went through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, man, let's stop, you know what I'm saying, weakening what slavery really was.
That's right.
Using that analogy for everything. You know what I mean? It's like slavery out here. No, the people that really did slavery, you know what I'm saying, watching their kids get raped and getting chopped up, mutilated, and all this other stuff. I'm pretty sure they beg to differ.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So here, let me read this comment. I don't know who it is because it just says Facebook user. Just make sure you put your name underneath, right? So we can give you a shout out. So it says, we have a problem with language. For example, if I say we have to move past slavery, all arms would be up in the air. Also, it's difficult to move on when the issue is still running. All right. How much should we take personally as a collective? Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, Miss Nadine. Hey, how you doing? All the way from UK. But yeah, so you're right. And again, it is the language. Here's another one. All right. Regardless, genocide is genocide. The fact that Hitler, a white man, was trying to wipe out people that he did not think fit the ideal person, in his opinion, slavery was ultimately the same thing. Let's beat and kill people who, quote unquote, we feel aren't equal. It's not fair that black hurt gets used as a building block of comedy. But when you're a minority and help, what is it? Okay, yeah. And help makes the situation lighter than what it is, you're the black community. It's part of the problem. Okay, it's covering up. Okay, yeah. All right, it's part of the problem. The white community will never allow. All right,
You can't see. Hold on.
a lot going on. I can't read it all because it cuts off.
Will
But
never allow a.
it stops
Ooh,
right
I
there.
would like to see what the rest of that said.
Yeah, but it makes sense though. It makes sense. Hey, but look, let me go to you, Big Will. What was grinding your gears this week, man, or since the last show? Like what have you seen out there that's been really out of line?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Knowing I'm in retirement mode, looking at this Ukraine situation, thinking about stop loss. Like I say, that's been grinding my gears quite a bit right now. I got partners that's deployed over there right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know what? It's unfortunate, but that's the business that we're in. You know what I'm saying? I just man, this is just a game. And then think about it, it's midterms, right? It's coming. So what does that mean? How do you invoke power? Or how do you let your supporters know that you ain't a punk? You see? So it all depends. It all depends. But the thing is, I'm seeing it from this side of it now. You're playing with other people's lives just by trying to make a point. You dig? What you think, Herm?
Well, the Ukraine issue, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't know much about what's going on currently, but I do understand the history between the two countries, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I was in before thinking about getting out at one time, and then next thing you know, I'm on my way going to Iraq, and you know, having to deal with stop loss and all that type stuff. It's never, you know, it's never the greatest thing because you got all these plans. And I know, especially for somebody like Will, you know what I'm saying, is planning on retirement. But I mean, that's the name of the game sometimes, brother. You know what I mean? We got to do what we got to do. I mean, I'm sitting here in my DD 214, so I can talk to you like that.
Hey, you know. Same here, right?
You know, hey, you know,
what's your tone, man? What's your tone?
Hey, you know, yeah. So I mean, unfortunately, like, you know, being part of war, going out there, you know, it's a sad thing. You know, being in Afghanistan, working with the Afghans that decided to help us, it was a sad thing to know what's going to happen to them as soon as we left Afghanistan.
Right.
So I can only imagine, you know what I'm saying, how scared the people of Ukraine are right now, believing, you know what I'm saying, we got our own nation and now Russia surrounded you from all angles.
Right. Right. And shout out Miss Edwards. You know what? Don't make them recall, y'all. Listen, I'm broke. You see what I'm saying? So that ain't happening. Herm broke 3 times.
Yeah. I'm broke, fat. I'm all kind of stuff.
Listen, you know what? And then I'm legally blind, so you know I can't shoot nothing. But no, real talk. You know, I do feel for individuals, right? That's like, really now? But again, you know what I mean? That's what we sign up for.
That's what we do.
It is. So listen, man. Now let's talk about this. Hold on. Now we're gonna do this after the break.
Yeah. We got a lot coming in this next half hour, ladies. Especially, we're really gonna need y'all help with this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna just get. Can I warm them up?
Warm them up, dog.
Can I warm them up, Chris?
Warm them up. It's your about to get it.
Ladies, you know what I'm saying? Some of you fellas too, man. Listen up, man. We're going to talk about what does she bring to the table? You know what I'm saying? Because there's been a lot of talk on social media about what a woman should bring to the table, right? So what do you? So I want y'all to think about what y'all bring to the table and come correct with it. Being able to give feedback, you know what I'm saying, to your significant other without them taking it personally. You know, did I get that right?
Woo, yeah. So, listen to this. I am the table. Hold on.
Man, that's my girl right there.
Have mercy. It's
ready for the next half.
And so, but again, so it's like women, right? How do you feel about this guy or this man? He needs to be able to do this and this and this financially. And don't forget, his bed game got to be right too. You see what I'm saying? Hey, listen. Sometimes that's the issue. What you got, Herb?
And we got one more thing. Who gets their plate first?
Oh, man, listen.
There seems to be a thing on the internet, on social media about, I don't care who I'm married to. I don't care how many jobs he worked. I'm going to say it first. I'm going to get his plate first.
Oh, my God.
You know, let's talk about all of that, ladies. I need y'all's feedback. Educate us or get educated.
Yo, listen, it's going to be, what'd you say? I'm waiting on special guest Kevin Samuels. Listen,
Yo,
what's going on, bro? Hey, listen, y'all. Well, look, we're gonna take a little pause for the cause, but when we come back, we're gonna dive into this. Please, please, please make sure y'all sharing this, y'all. This is gonna be some dope conversation. Make sure that if you haven't done so already and you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, right? Because we in there. We'll be right back.
Monique Slater is a top negotiating, award-winning real estate agent in San Antonio, Texas. Her focus is on educating and empowering individuals on building general wealth through homeownership while providing exponential service with integrity and excellence. Although her heart is for serving first-time homeowners and the military community, her clientele ranges from $100,000 to $2.5 million. Monique has developed an awesome team that can get anyone into a home and has sold homes in less than 6 hours. After servicing the Air Force for over 28 years, retired Chief Slater has a massive network, so she can connect you with an awesome agent anywhere in the U.S. And if you're in San Antonio or relocating there, give Monique a call first to help you find your dream home. Give Monique a call at 210-237-7268.
One thing we can cherish during these times is family dinners. Think about it, the nice, succulent southern fried chicken, baked beans cooked to perfection, creamy macaroni and cheese, cornbread. You get the point. Come check out Kevlar's Grill, where all the meals are cooked with perfection, professionalism, and love. Located outside the Scott Air Force Base back gate inside the VFW is where you can find them. Also, they have military discount for all of our serving members. Give them a call. Their number is 618-416-5700, and that's inside Scott VFW Post 4183. And they also have Grubhub. Call them now and tell them that the Lions Den sent you. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Seth with the Lions Den. Are you or someone you know looking for a tool to help them be more accountable? Check out the Black Collar Mindset, the Art of Strategic Thinking. It's a manual to help maneuver through life strategically by holding yourself accountable every step of the way. Go to theblackcollarmindset.com to grab your copy today. Again, the website is theblackcollarmindset.com. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Let's get it together. Yo, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Lions Den. Big Herm, what you got?
Yo, hey, first and foremost, I want to say, man, we have excellent sponsors that's been rocking with us from the beginning, man, over there at Kevlar. But with Monique Slater, if y'all don't follow her on Facebook, y'all are missing a whole lot of game that she's putting out there.
Yes.
She's putting out all kind of information out there for you guys that's in the home ownership, investing, you know what I'm saying, or just got your mind on your money, and she's giving it out for free. So when y'all get some time, go to Monique Slater's Facebook page and add her. I don't know if she adds everybody, but if she adds you, I'm telling you, it's going to be value added to your scrolling.
Real talk. Hey, yeah, listen, just to hit that again. Look, y'all, she drops all types of knowledge on there, especially for the first-time home owners, excuse me. And it just gives you, she gives you a different perspective of what we may have traditionally thought pre-COVID, and now since the game has changed, she's still up in it, y'all. So it's super dope, right? So, all right, y'all, I want y'all to keep y'all eyes peeled, okay? Because I'm gonna need y'all to make this make sense for me, okay? Please.
And a protector, and every piece of food come through that door come from his blood and sweat. Yeah, you gonna feed him first, yes. Because guess what? When my kids grown up, but when they was coming up, yes, they done ate at school all day. Then when they busted through the door before they get in the door good, they snacking, eating. My husband on work from dusk to dawn, and baby, when he come through this door falling out, yeah, we all getting on the kids. Y'all pull them boots off while I'm in here fixing the plate. And yeah, we finna get daddy together because daddy makes sure we good. So if you ain't had that, you would never understand the concept if you ain't had that, okay? So don't come for me. I'm just letting you know. Until you have it, then you won't understand it. So until then, you keep feeding your kids first. And when you get that, then you make sure that black king get the big piece of chicken, okay? Feed him first and make sure he get the big piece of chicken because he deserve it. Okay, damn sure ain't no need to talk this to them. Y'all have a good day, TikTok.
Whoa. Yo, so?
Full.
So? Hey, shout out to James. He says, Chris Rock says, women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is loved under the conditions that he can provide something. Fair or foul, fellas? What y'all think?
Go ahead, Will.
Man, that can go both ways, right? So what my sister was talking about, she being 100 with it. She talking about the cats that come up on the weekend when they probably got 2 or 3 other families and they got their PlayStation over there eating up all your kid fruit snacks. They better not get a damn plate first. I get it. So I think she's saying classify the level of relationship that you have based on the quality of man, and it determines how you treat them. So don't treat somebody like a king when they acting like a kid. So I have no issues with that. But I know if you got a man that holds you down, by all means, that man come first. And if you married, is you thinking biblically, that man come first.
What you think, Herm?
I agree with Will 100%. Here's the thing, you know what I mean? Again, you go accordingly to what you're given. Like, if that man ain't doing nothing, he ain't about nothing, you know what I'm saying? Not really providing nothing. What do he need to eat first for? He got plenty of energy. You know what I'm saying? but here's my thing about this conversation that pops up. I'm gonna take it to another angle. This conversation I feel pops up because it's taking a shot at men.
Yeah.
Saying it's looking for a way to disrespect men and put them down lower. Like, hey, I don't care what you do, my kid eating first. Now, each household is going to be ran different. You know what I mean? Like somebody's household might be like, yo, we feed the kids first over here. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? If everybody's happy inside that house, who cares? But this conversation happens. This conversation happens because it's like, oh, my kid's eating first. I don't give a damn what man is in here.
Mm-hmm.
Why it's got to be that strong? So
you're absolutely right. Hey, what's going on, Phelps? And what happened was I didn't play the first 5 seconds, right? It was already up. But before that, she says, listen, there's different men out there, but I'm going to tell you about the man that I have. And so that's the thing. My thought process is there are certain women, y'all, let me make sure this mic is right because I need them to hear this. Some women wouldn't know a good man if he came up, knocked on the door, and started moonwalking around the damn house because they wasn't groomed to identify what that man is. So if they're, if their mother or they were surrounded with other women that did not have real men in their lives, they're gonna say, well, you know what, I'm gonna take care of my kids because my mama took care of me. But your mama ain't have a man. You see, your mama had a lane. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So what you think?
Hey, yo, and honestly, when you think about a lot of women, and I'm being general with this one, their expectation of a man is based on traditional roles when they're not traditional women today. They want the man to be a provider, but you got men, I know all of us cook, all of us clean, but that wasn't a role of a traditional man back in the day. They were just simply the provider, and the woman stayed at home and did all the meals, the grocery shopping, the laundry. That's not the world we live in.
Nope.
The role there, this gender role switching and all this stuff is, I think it's throwing a lot of hate in the game and it's clouding people's vision versus you doing it as a team. Mm-hmm. I know my wife is an awesome teammate. Sometimes if she working late, my ass will put the food on the table and make sure everybody get fed. And I have no role with that. But when I come in, my wife always hold me down first. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on what type of situation you're rocking with.
True. And then it all depends on, okay, when you're with a partner, play your part. You dig what I'm saying? Whatever your part is. Like, for example, me, I would say, hey, give Simone her food. It's cool. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. But the thing is, that's how I roll. I'm not listen, watch this. A king does not need a crown to be a king. You dig? So it doesn't make me less than a man if my daughter, my son eat first. You see what I'm saying? I'm not even worried about the big piece of chicken. My goal is to make sure everybody is good. You see what I'm saying? So, but again, sometimes it depends on traditions and how that woman has been groomed and also how that man was groomed. You see what I'm saying? Because those gender roles, to your point, Will, is kind of flipped. You see what I'm saying? If you're a partner, play your part, play your role. You dig what I'm saying? So I don't know. Hey, go ahead, Herm.
How would y'all feel if your wife was just running around telling everybody, "Oh no, I feed my kids first"? You know what I'm saying? It's just something about that shows like, hey, nah, I'm gonna put you in your place, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put you in your place. My kids, they're gonna eat first. I believe when them conversations come out, man, it just hits me different. I'm like, why y'all? I mean, it doesn't matter who eat first inside the house, to be honest.
Man, you know what? You're right. And my thought, and you let me know what you think about this, Will. But I think if a woman or a man, for that point, goes outside and communicates their roles and who runs shit in the household, whoever does that is out of line. You see what I'm saying? It's a power struggle. That means you're low-key feeling inferior in your house. So you have to let the world know, I eat first, or my kids eat before that dude. Really? So real talk, what you're doing is you're deflecting based off of the lack of decision-making skills that you have because you picked a lane. You see what I'm saying? What you think, Will?
I agree with you, brother. If you really think about it, if you're doing it right, everybody eat at the same damn time because you got to thank the Lord before you put that food in your mouth. So you set a table like old school, everybody ain't get their plate going up to watch YouTube videos. Everybody eat at the same time. Mm-hmm. And I do think there's somewhat of a power struggle in some households where you got to beat your chest. Mm-hmm. I know for one, as a man, I had to learn certain things. And sometimes they expect us to just know. That's a life learning thing. You're trying to grow every day in your manhood, to include women. We got to give them their first. We got to show empathy to them because they're learning as well. Because we may not have had examples together. Now we're learning how to do it together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Hey, so look, shout out. Hold on. I want to read a couple of these. All right. Lance, he says, I know from personal experience that many women don't know how to appreciate a good man. Right. I do believe that the root cause of this is conditioning from their childhood. Absolutely. Ms. Edwards says people don't need to know what's going on in your house. They not paying no bills. Right. Ding, ding, ding. OK, next. Facts. Me and my wife have 7 children, 6 boys. Congratulations. Right. So my wife always made sure I ate first, but we always shared the responsibilities of the house. If she cooked, I wash the dishes. God bless you. All right.
If I have 7 kids, I'm damn sure going to eat first.
Listen, hey, you better
be enough. I got to eat it.
Then go back to work.
Cereal at the end of the day, man. Bump that.
Yo, yeah. So I mean, so we always talk about this with the gender roles, you know what I'm saying? It's a real touchy thing. But so let's say everybody's all fed, okay, but you're eating good, but you're not communicating good. What do you do about that? How do you communicate? So, ladies and gentlemen, what I want to do is I want y'all to watch the screen one more again and listen to this dialogue. Check it out. And we are, can y'all see it?
Yep.
All right, bet.
Can't hear it.
Okay. Got it.
About what I talk to you and be honest with you without you being upset with me about what I was honest about. I want to be able to share my heart with you, but honestly, sharing my heart with you, I get in trouble when I share with you how I feel, because you feel that when I share how I feel, you feel that it's an attack against you.
Let's sit 1 second. We're gonna sit in that.
It's not an attack against you.
I know.
Because if we're gonna be honest, we're in this marriage series and we still hadn't had a real conversation. And I've been wanting one. But the truth of the matter is I'm afraid because you taught me not to be honest with you about how I feel.
How did I teach you that?
Because you taught me that because when I was honest with you, you made me pay for being honest with you. You got mad at me and had an attitude because you didn't understand how I felt the way that I felt about a situation. I only said I feel that you're not submissive, baby. And you got mad because I feel that you're not submissive. I feel like, well, baby, I feel like we're not having enough sex. And you got upset with me because of how I feel. Because I was honest with you. So you've taught me not to share my true feelings with you. Because whenever I do that, you shut down, you retreat, you take flight, you freeze, you don't talk to me. And so rather than having that smoke, I'll just suppress it and deal with it.
Whew. Y'all ready to open this on up?
And be honest with you. Without you being upset with me.
Oh, yeah, I get it. So what y'all think, man?
I think they identified an issue, which is foundationally communication is one of the biggest oppositions in a relationship and or marriage. And it's something that has to be talked about. And I think us as men, we know what he's talking about. How you ever had your woman say, you only told me half truth? Because you know how you react when you say the full truth based on experience. So it forces you to not be as transparent. And it's like you got to be somebody else and you can't be your full self. But I want a real man. I want honesty. I want transparency. But can you handle that when you ask for it?
So you know what? This may be a horrible analogy or example. But y'all remember what Jody had told his old lady? She says, but Jody, you told me this. He said, listen, I lie to you because I love you. I don't love them, so I tell them the truth. I don't care what they think. Even though it does not make a whole lot of sense, it makes sense because you don't want this individual to be hurt. It's not right. But when do you, like, how do you get to the space and the place of that honesty is not, well, your significant other isn't feeling as though it's a personal attack, it's a behavior thing. You get what I'm saying? Or it may be a behavior thing, it may just be a situation, but it's not her as the holistic person. What you think, Herm?
I think that if you're having those kind of issues, right? If you're having them kind of issues, you might need mediation. Because a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, you hearing and feeling one thing and they feeling and hearing another thing. You know what I'm saying? Like if the woman is feeling attacked, you might be coming off like that and you just not seeing it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, like when we get ready to communicate, we might be already at a point of anger, you know, so we communicate and we're not communicating the right way. And it may come off like I'm attacking, and in my mind, I'm like, I'm not attacking, I'm just telling you how I feel. And that person's taking like, damn, you know what I'm saying? You going taking direct shots at me. You know what I'm saying? So and I know for me, I have a hard time receiving stuff if I feel like it's a direct shot. Now, we talking or you just taking shots at me? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing?
So, yeah. You know? Yeah, so you have to preference it, right? Hey, listen, understand, that I love, you know, you got to, you know, I love you, I'm not trying to hurt you, blah, 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 blah. But when this happened, I felt this way. You see what I'm saying? So you're not saying, hey, every time you do this, you hurt me. No, I took it this way. So that is letting you know, or should be able to let that person know, hey, it's the what happened. It was the behavior, not the intentions. You get what I'm saying? Unless that person isn't trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Sometimes like it's just like saying, hey, no disrespect. And but you know something very disrespectful is coming right after that. You know what I mean? So especially when it's something like emotional or something like triggering or charged, like I know I'm gonna give myself an example. You know, a lot of times when I say stuff, people take it as I'm taking shots. And in my mind, you know what I'm saying, I'm not taking shots. I'm just giving you the direct facts. And I have to sit and try to think about how are they thinking that I'm taking shots? Like what part of my delivery is it? You know what I mean? So a lot if communication with your spouse is something that can never happen because both of y'all feel some kind of way, maybe you need mediation, you know what I'm saying, for somebody to be like, you know what, I'm a disinterested party, and this is
what they're saying.
I do see what's going on here. You know what I mean? Because there's nobody that's all the way right and somebody that's all the way right. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's a middle ground in between.
What you think, Will?
I think the mediation is a great idea. And someone just alluded to this very fact. When you take the feelings out and just listen to the context and the content of what a person's saying with the intent to understand it, I think you'll have progression in that communication pathway, right? Because I think a lot of times when you hear certain things, whether it's words or phrases, you're associated with an event that comes with feelings, and you bring those events and feelings to the present, and that's not the intent. It derails your intentions on communicating effectively, right? So as Herm say, he's direct. He just kind of want to get it out there. You have to know your audience. How do they receive information? Certain words. I had to learn certain words trigger certain emotion. Let me figure out a different way to say that. Like with us, we coming in from work, we tired. It may not be the perfect time to talk to us about X, Y, and Z. Maybe you have to let that brother get that big piece of chicken first and go ahead and get his mind right before you can approach him with that type of conversation. So I think it's learning each other can definitely build a better foundation from a communication. It takes you to be open.
Yeah, no, I get it
from a man's perspective.
And you know what? I think too. Well, no, but yeah, go ahead, Harm.
Now, mediation should be a short-term thing, so y'all can see where each other is coming from and open your eyes to it, right? You can't every time you're trying to have a conversation, mediation. You know what I mean? Or somebody you eventually got to get it together. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. It's all about, in my mind, growth. You see what I'm saying? We should not, after X amount of years, not weeks and not months, let's say years, we can still have the same conversations over the same things, but it's progressed to the point where now we can talk with each other, not at each other. You see what I'm saying? So maybe, to your point in the beginning, you have that mediation. How can I say this so that she can understand that? Well, how can I say this so he can understand that? Boom, and that person set it up. And then they will give you those tools. But after you get those tools, use those tools. You see what I'm saying? And if you need to change the plan, you can do that. But when individuals want to have discussions without utilizing discernment, saying, to your point, Will, is this the best time to talk about this? Okay, maybe it's not. However, the delivery is still going to be paramount, because what women do sometimes, I find it funny that every time, no, it's not funny. You know it ain't funny. Why are you saying this now and it happened 2 weeks ago? Listen, at certain times, you know what I'm saying, it's barriers, time frames when the state thinks. What you think, Herm?
I think that, for me, because I'm a person that, hey, what's wrong? What's wrong? You know what I mean? And after
keep pushing it.
Yeah, so many what's wrongs, I just shut down for the whole situation. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of person I am. You know what I mean? So I want to know right then and there. I don't want to wait to because it's going to stay on my mind and bother me. And the more it stays on my mind and bother me, the harder it's going to be to have a conversation with me. I'm starting to learn this about myself. Like, I can't have a conversation if I'm already charged up.
So here it is. So Richard says most people listen to respond, not to understand, which is unfortunate. But I do believe, yes, you're right. When they don't, when they're not speaking to be understood. You see what I'm saying? When they're not speaking to be understood. Because if you think about it, we have a thesaurus. There's so many different ways to get to that same result. But you have to ask yourself, hey, if what I'm saying is not connecting, find out, is there any type of verbal, nonverbals that I'm receiving that they're not picking up what I'm putting down? Okay. Do that make sense to you? No, it doesn't make sense. Then you have to realize that you have to have a certain level of love and compassion to put in that work to say, all right, what do I need to do so you can get it? You see?
Hey, Seth, but when you say things like that, you have to be careful, because it's almost like an emotional woman can make it seem like you're talking down to them, like they can't get it, like you're calling them stupid.
Oh, no, absolutely. No, I'm talking about,
we don't have that intention.
Oh,
We're just trying to be effective in getting our message across where they can receive it.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like it's constant training, trying to bridge that gap of communication or miscommunication.
No, absolutely. I'm talking about to y'all. So I'm paraphrasing. So obviously, like, I understand how an individual can feel belittled. So if I'm really trying to get my point across, I cannot consciously get it across by force.
True.
You see what I'm saying? That is force. What do you need to do so it makes sense to you? Or what do I need to do? Boom, boom, boom. No, see, that ain't going to work. Right. And then it comes a time when you have to do more listening than talking, because chances are they may have already said it, right? Or whatever the case is, but we're not listening. So what you think, Herm?
I think that's true. You know what I'm saying? I think bottom line is this for me on this situation. You can't go into it thinking that you're 100% right. You know what I mean? Because once you do that, then you shutting yourself off for open dialogue conversation. It may be your emotions and how you feel, but you're going to have to be ready and willing to accept feedback yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If two people go into a conversation knowing that they're not 100% right, then you're going to be open to, you know what I'm saying, receiving what the other person is saying.
Mm-hmm.
But if you got it in your mind, no, forget that. I know I'm right in this situation. I ain't do nothing wrong and she's wrong.
And that's ego.
Yeah. And then now you done shut off conversation. You're going to talk at her. You know what I mean? You're going to talk at her. And this is where it's feeling like it's pointed. This is where it's feeling like you're jabbing her. You know what I mean? Because you're not ready. Your mind is already shut off from open dialogue.
That's true. That's true. Yo,
so I want to get away from is what this started. Men not being able to express themselves honestly without a woman feeling like they're being attacked personally. So I want to hear from the ladies. How do you work on that piece right there? And why is that important to you? Do you want to understand your man? Because my wife taught me something that she read about how men go to a cave. We don't like conflict. So when we don't want to argue and we're not going to be heard, we go off to do our thing, whatever that hobby may be, that man cave. We go there, and that's our place of serenity and peace. How do you fix that, ladies?
So what is the question? You want to know how do we fix what?
The open communication for men to communicate openly to that woman, how they feel that we're personally attacking them. What's the key to fixing that piece right there?
You know what I was saying, and ladies, I'm not speaking for you, but I would say that if you're in a relationship when a woman is not knowledgeable, I will personally say she will need to communicate with a mentor, okay? Another woman that can explain to her how to connect with a man that has a healthy relationship, right? Because there's some women out there that has some horrible relationships trying to give advice. That's out of line. But I would suggest, and for certain women out there, they may understand and may agree, may not, but reach out to those that have a functioning relationship and say, well, what is it that you do, right? How can we do this together? And look, Lance says humility, all right? And here's Miss Edwards, she says, every woman is different, so it depends on how she receives and understands. Absolutely right. So Miss Claire, she says, I'm not in a relationship, but I have to look at how it feels in my body. Where is the frustration? Because it lies in a deeper space. That's my stuff. You're absolutely right. There it is. Because there's times when we're looking at the fruit, not the root. Let me see. For me, I'm a very emotional person. So watch this. Here it is. She's emotional. I'm not, right? So, and you are. But so this is the deal. Sometimes I can be so stoic that I'm looking at all of the logic in it and it don't make sense. And so I still have a deer in the headlight look when I'm seeing all this yelling and crying. I'm like, wait a minute. The problem is still there. What is all of this? You know what I'm saying? I can't dig that. You see what I'm saying? So
when you have two emotional people, you know what I'm saying, it gets explosive. You know what I mean? Because again, now we both looking at it from just our standpoint and totally shut off to what you got to say about it. You know, same personally.
You know what I learned that works with that is to ask questions. Why do you feel that way? What do you think triggered these feelings? That gives, at least me personally, it gives me understanding to see where it came from, because it may not be what's in front of you. It may be triggered by something way long ago or something else that you're not even thinking about.
And then
that person.
And then you have to ask that without sounding like you're patronizing them. You get what I'm saying? So it's man, it's so crazy. So James says it should be required. What it should be required reading companies. Say what?
It said it should be required to read 5 love languages.
5 love languages.
And see, my love language is not in the book though.
What is your love language?
Leave me the hell alone.
This is horrible.
You know what I'm saying? Man, let me go to sleep, man.
Now your wife reach across this screen and get it back in the head.
You know, so now look, now you said this in the chat. Now, how was your love language not being acknowledged?
Anytime I'm getting harassed, I'm not being left the hell alone. You get what I'm saying? So
okay,
hey, that's it.
No, that don't make sense, bro.
Leave me the hell alone.
See that? That is not a love language. That is not a language. That just have issues. So Ashley says most men are more emotional than women. Yep. When that ego is involved, it makes it worse. Be open to receive, just like you dish it. I wouldn't say most men, and I hear you. I wouldn't say most men or women anything. I just say we deal with things differently. So if we don't understand the other sex, we're going to say they're acting out of emotions, but we're not understanding it. So you see what I'm saying? So, but what you say, Herm?
I agree with it. I think most men are more emotional than women. Oh my God, I didn't think she was watching.
You know damn well she was.
I thought she was up there playing with the kids, man. God dang, you know what I mean? But anyway.
So what you think, Will? He sound crazy.
No, I think I do think most men are more emotional than women, man. But we let on that we're not. You know what I'm saying? But I think if you look at it for real, man, a lot of women, a lot of men are way more emotional. We can't handle the same thing we put women through.
So understand this. It's not about having more or less emotions, right? It's not about that. It's about how it's being displayed. You see what I'm saying? Because think about it. A man may show his emotions by yelling or by by force. Women, and I'm not going to say all because I don't know all women, but some may not yell, may not scream, but they may do things because they're upset. They may do things because they're hurt. So we don't see it. And I think they're more cunning when it comes down to that. You see what I'm saying? But emotional wise, I personally don't think a sex is more emotional than the other, right? Because it almost doesn't really make sense. I believe it's how we display it. Will, what you think, man?
I think when it relates to emotions from men, I think our women help us find our emotion. We've been taught that we're not supposed to be weak. We're not supposed to get hurt. All these different things that we keep internalized, and we learn how to deal with it by ourselves. When you get into a relationship, it's not easy to find and discuss feelings that you ain't never had to talk about. So I think women have a way of nurturing us to be comfortable in learning and discussing our feelings, but it's a process. And I think we go through that process. It's not necessarily our ego. It's the fact that how are you going to look at me when I express this emotion to you?
They will turn around and stab you with that mother.
And you gun
real quick. You know what I'm saying? Real quick. You were just crying because your daddy left. Now you want to talk crazy?
Right.
Oh boy.
See? Careful. Next time you want to kill yourself, call another. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Right. See, but that makes sense.
Talk to me, trust me, you can talk to me.
Right, you can talk to me, and you can be an open book. But as soon as I crack open that book, and then you get mad, you start reading them old chapters.
Yes, right with that.
Watch this in front of your friends.
Yeah.
That's why you peed in bed that night. Like, what? You see what I'm saying? I told you I was scared of movies. Scary movies. But now you mad at me. See, that's what I mean. You see what I'm saying? I don't believe men would generally do that. You see what I'm saying? Go back in whatever happened in high school to, because I'm hurt now, I'm about to embarrass you type of thing. You see what I'm saying? So I think we display things differently. You know what I'm saying? Now, Herm, have you ever done that to a woman?
Hell yeah.
What? Wait a minute. So, I think your estrogen and testosterone.
Yeah, man, I did. You know what I mean? I can't. She keyed the hell out of my car after I did that to her, man.
Why did you do? You know what? I don't even want to know.
She said our hair wasn't real or something?
No, man. She told me, nah, I ain't gonna do it, man. It was high school. It was when I did it. It was high school.
Well, see, there you go. So therefore, you weren't even all the way mentally developed.
Yeah, I ain't doing that as no grown man. I did it in high school.
See? And it makes sense. You know what I'm
She
saying?
should have kept my car, man. I said some crazy stuff. So
See, and so there you go. So you deserved it. You know what I'm saying? But now, you know, knocking on 40s, we shouldn't be.
yeah, I ain't doing that now.
You know what I'm saying? That's petty. You know, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, look, it seemed like we're gonna have to wait. First of all, y'all let us know, how do y'all like these end of month discussions, right? Give us a hashtag. I can dig it. You know what I'm saying? Thumbs up, because we want to do this once a month to really have these type of conversations. And sometimes it's all about getting your feedback, what you think, and the dialogue is just crazy, just super crazy. Now, what I want to try is this thing here. Okay, I want to give away a free book. All right, a free book from the Black Collar Mindset. All you have to do, anyone that's interested, you don't have to pay for nothing. All you have to do is put in hashtag LionsCast. Okay, hashtag LionsCast. I'm gonna put it up in here. Boom. All right, put that in, and then you'll be randomly selected to win this book, y'all, and we'll ship it out to you. It'll be.
We really need a Larry for this one.
Oh man, Larry, boy.
Tear Larry head up in this chat.
Woo, Larry, be in it.
Tear your head up in here, Larry.
Man. Oh, so look, Larry, man. So, and I mean, I think this is some super dope discussion, but we need to have this. You see what I'm saying? Because it's iron and sharpen iron, and sometimes we don't have all the answers, right? But by being transparent, we say, hey, listen, this is what I have done, and I don't got it all together. And then there's sometimes when, you know, to your point earlier, Will, that we have been, you know, groomed a certain way. And so no one comes with instructions to marriage, and then your wife didn't either, your significant other didn't either, so now you got to figure her out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my God, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So I think this mentoring is very important. What you got, Will, for one of your last words?
I say, man, my last word first, thank you for everybody for tuning in, but I would say, as it relates to, if you're in a relationship or plan on being one, just know the importance of this, to keep trying. Communication is important, but as Herm alluded to, sometimes you got to get somebody to help you navigate those unfamiliar territories, because you don't want to give up on somebody because you didn't want to do what you needed to do to change for the better. So I say, if you're out there doing what you're doing, man, keep pressing, keep moving on, and hey, Mahala child. Next week, your boy gonna be amped on his retirement, man. But thanks for tuning in.
There you go. What you got, Herm?
Hey, so first I want to thank everybody for watching, providing comments and whatnot. And when it comes to this, you know, don't let people question what you bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? Believe in yourself, stand in your own convictions, and know that you're a suitable mate and you're good enough. You know, there's too much stuff going on in social media telling people what they should be and how they should act, how they should look. You know what I'm saying? How they should, you know, deliver food. All that's a bunch of BS. You know what I'm saying? As long as the people in your house is happy, that's all that matters. Shut off the outside noise.
Yes. And yeah, I echo that, y'all. Listen, you're worried about keeping up with the Joneses and what they got. Listen, their house might look good, but not everybody got furniture in their shit, right? So listen, we about to go and try this thing real smooth. Everybody don't forget hashtag LionsCast, and I'm about to do it real quick. Boom. Let's see, y'all. We about to try this thing. Do what works for you, they said. Absolutely. All right. And share. Can y'all see it?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Now, you know what makes it so bad? 3 of them are mine. Because I put it in there, right? It's all good. All right, let's see.
Oh, we win.
We win. No, look, yo, we gonna draw one more time. We gonna draw one more time. Lord, that ain't it.
Why just win again?
If we win again, we giving it to Coleman or let's see. Boom!
Yeah!
Yo, congratulations. All right, so look, you know what that means? we got 2 winners. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna hit y'all up and make sure I get y'all y'all addresses so we can send y'all the book, The Black Collar Mindset, The Art of Strategic Thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an outstanding show. And let me see. Larry says, "Hey, you hear it?" Best advice you ever gave, right? Yes, we the best. Damn, you understand? But anyway, y'all listen, make sure y'all tune in next week. It's going to be a super dope show. As always, we love y'all, right? Y'all keep it easy, take it greasy, love each other. We see y'all again later.